Alright, welcome to the morning. Got some rain. As you can see, it should be stopping shortly. Our potatoes are ready, which is good because we're going to need them today. But the focus of today is going to be seeing if we can get everything done. So we can go ahead and harvest potatoes in the rain, but we don't have that immediate need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first go get the trailer, and then we're going to go get our telehandler, and we're going to scoop all that sugarcane out of there. So as we saw, we don't really need a field right now. There's still not a crop need except for the grapes coming up. We're hopefully got enough sunflowers. We're going to figure that out, but we don't need any of that specifically until a little bit later. Alright, unfortunately, as happens far too often, I've had to divert a bit to get the TMR mixer running again. So let me get one scoop of silage in here before I go ahead. I think that'll be enough then to keep things operating, because it's got about 3,000 liters there now. Oops. And this will get it above 5,000, probably get it close to 6. And then I think we're in pretty good shape other than that. So I'll throw the hay down here. We obviously have more than we need of the straw all the time, because it's an 11,000 liter bale. So run over here, get this hay thrown down. It may absorb all the hay, because the hay's only 9,000, I believe. So we'll see how that goes. There you go, it's vanished. So it's good. Just leave that for now. We'll get ourselves moved over. Still don't have the trailer over there because I basically, like I said, got diverted, realized the silage had stopped running. It's not full yet, and I'd like to keep the cows moving forward, because if we need money, it's probably going to be a good way to go. So I brought an additional pallet of mineral feed in so that I don't have to worry about that as quickly. Trying to figure out, so I'm thinking if I pull it in and scoop from this side, that might work. Alright, and the trailer that will take sugarcane is the green one back there. The forage wagon will not work with sugarcane, but this will. And so the biggest thing now is to get this thing filled. And that's going to take a bit of time with the scoop that we have, but once again, a telehandler's going to be a lot better than, say, a tractor with a bucket on it. So this will work quite nicely, I think. Just to avoid any issues, I'm going to go down and turn around and then be facing the other way, so that once I fill it, I can simply leave. Alright, so get myself tucked in there. I guess we'll leave it running. I'll probably want to start on one end here so that I can ultimately get this thing cleared out as quick as possible. So just get ourselves turned. Alright, it's a little harder to visualize here than I anticipated it would be. But there we go. So we'll get that in there, and it's just rinse and repeat after that. So get this bucket down, Turn that in. Got it down a little too much, but there we go. So this is kind of my point, is, you know, it's not a small bucket. You know, it's got 2,600 liters, but you know, there's a big pile of sugarcane there. So it just scoop, scoop, scoop. So we'll see, this should get some stuff off the ground. There we go. So we're starting to make a dent, because I don't remember exactly how much was dropped here. So I'll have to figure that out, because I know it was just one load, but I don't remember. I think it was probably this trailer, so I would think I have at least one trailer full. If not, I think I have two, because I got stuck, I believe, in what I was doing. So I think I came and dumped two, but I don't know. We've picked up a lot. We're clearly not, unless there's going to be some limit due to weight. But I may have used a smaller trailer of some sort. Again, I do not recall doing that. Alright, we'll scoop in the center here. See what we get. But yeah, this is much easier to work with than a tractor. Oops. Want to let the shovel do the work, not the arm, if I can avoid it. It's just a very small window here, that's for sure. See, but I think this stack is, although I don't know, it took a good hunk down there. I'm gonna end up bumping a button and end up inside the telehandler again, so don't be surprised if I do that, because there's a button on the steering wheel that sometimes when I'm spinning it does some crazy things. Well, it doesn't do really crazy things, it just activates the command that's attached to the button, which happens to be the key that throws me inside and doubles as the C key, obviously, which is what you would do on the keyboard to get in. So, gotta be getting close, although I don't know that we've really done 10 scoops yet, so perhaps not as close as one would think. I'm going to try to get this side here. See if we can scoop that, because obviously if we get underneath the tractor, which we're starting to do, we're going to have an issue, but I can always move for the last piece. But yeah, if I had 10, we'd basically have 26,000, and I think this is I thought it was a 50,000 liter trailer, so, oops, wrong key. I was all working really smooth and efficiently, and getting myself messed up a bit here. Not sure I'm down enough, but just keep working at it. But yeah, now even though we're down low, we're certainly getting a lot of scoops out of that pile, so it might be more than we thought, which is good. That's what we want. But my thought was on the field that since I don't need to plant and I need 200,000, that field is just a lot easier to deal with than this, as we saw in how hard it was to dump things and pick things up here. More dump things. I mean, picking up, obviously, we're doing fine, but... So that's why I abandoned this idea and then just said, well, we'll go to the field and we'll go from there. Let me fix this before it just dumps on the ground. I definitely don't want that. I'm just worried it's full here. No, it's not. It's just wasn't lined up. So at least, oh, now it may be. So let me back up and see. So I may be maxed out on my capacity here. Oh, do I have a... I do. I have my favorite fill limiter. But in this case, I don't need to do that. Because we need... I think it was 92,000. I'll just verify that. But yes, 92,000, and then we're going to need 214,000, which is why I felt, you know, I need a lot more than I already have dumped, I think. Again, we'll see how everything plays out, because it's possible we have all we need on the field already. We'll see what it looks like, but, you know, whoop. Wrong things again. Well, I don't want to make this too long with scooping, so let me keep working at this. We'll see where I'm at when I'm done with the sugarcane here. Alright, so we've got closer to a 40,000 capacity on this trailer. Just everything starts to kind of blend together between different things that I'm doing. But we've got to get this to Moondogs, the same as the lettuce, but this should be the drop pit for that. And either way, I'm gonna need to do 3. Alright, well, it's not gonna take it at the pit. I guess this might be one that just gets dropped here, like the hay. So we'll see what happens. Yep. Hopefully it's decreasing things. And it is. But yeah, what I was gonna say is either way, I'm gonna need to make 3 trips with the trailer to get this done. But this was almost everything that was on the floor. All that's left is in a bucket. So 14,000, so probably only got like 300, 400, maybe even less. But you know, the bigger reward is obviously getting all the VIP pieces together and getting them all done. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything together here, and when I've got the last load and I'm ready to drop it off, I'll see you then. I'm here to make the final delivery of sugarcane, and I do want to apologize. I just realized that I haven't had the currency settings and such in the right place. This is really the only series that I operate in foreign currency, and sometimes I forget to get things set. But obviously, since this is also the series that I'm working on a little bit of a roleplay type thing, where I'm focusing on being the character in, or the farmer in the story, it's important that those things be set. So I apologize for not seeing that until now. Alright, so we've got the sugarcane done, so one of our 4 level 7 VIP orders is in the books. So I'm going to get back to the farm, and next thing we're going to do is get ourselves an oil mill. On the way back up to what I'm going to need next, which is getting to the silo, you can kind of get an idea of what's been done. The sugarcane didn't go right to the edge of the field, so I was able to really basically pull 50 to 60,000 liters off of this area. I don't recall offhand how much I have laying there. The sugarcane itself is still not quite ready for harvest, but I'm going to have to be really careful that I kind of really only pull off what I need, and this is where it's very interesting what I need to do with the farm to keep up with the VIPs and focus on what they want, because that's the field I'm thinking I'm going to convert to grapes, but that's going to require plowing under the sugarcane and so forth, so I'm just going to need to be sure that I know when I'm doing that, and that probably won't be until after I fill the next level of sugarcane. It's also taken me a long time to get things done. Now it is, only 2:30, so I suppose it's not terribly late in the day. It's just obviously getting dark given it's October, so days are shorter. But let me get myself positioned here. But in the meantime, I'm going to head into town and turn this off, so who knows how long it'll take. I'm going to head into town, get myself an oil mill. Alright, so actually the oil mill, I have forgotten, is down here at the bottom end of the area we know. So we need to go ahead and buy it for 80,000 pounds. So there we go, and now we'll be able to produce sunflower oil, canola oil, and olive oil. So the other problem we're going to have, hey dear, is I think planting vines, grapevines, is not inexpensive. That's going to be the other issue. So while I was feeling pretty comfortable about my financial position, I'm not so sure. I'm going to be honest here, I don't know what happened. But my level 10 orders have completely changed. It makes things a little easier to continue, which is good on the one hand, but the need for complex products and other kinds of oil has gone away, as has the need for grapes, which may be a blessing in disguise. So, I was certainly proceeding assuming that that's what I needed, and I was just going to check on what oils we needed to look at here in the production. In any event, that's what we've got. Alright, so we need 2 sunflowers to produce 1 oil. So that means I need double the sunflower. So let me get back to the farm. So in total, I now need 8,000 sunflower oil, so I need to take 16,000 liters of sunflowers. So let me set my fill limiter. And I guess I'm not quite under the pipe to put things out because I'm not able to hit the button to fill. So we'll take the 16,000 sunflowers. We'll get that going. But yeah, for the life of me, I don't know why the VIP orders changed. So I'm kind of going to step out of character for a second here. I do at times, unfortunately, just for continuity or what's occurring, have to go back very rarely to an old save game or something. Now, at one point, I was surprised that I came back in and I had to redo, I think I had to redeliver the lettuce. And I'm wondering if what happened there was because I had basically, the best I can determine is I had not saved at the end of the last episode except just before I was delivering the lettuce. So when I came back into the saved game, I was waiting at the lettuce factory. Because what I'll do at times, because I'm unsure of where the triggers are, and obviously, we've had the one issue, or the issues before, that, I've suddenly thrown crops in somewhere and I'm not getting VIP credit for them. I tend to save before I dump in case I need to go back in and then dump in the right place. So there have been some times where it's not that I'm reverting to an old save, but I'll realize, oops, I made a mistake, and I'll exit, and then I'll immediately go back to the save game I was in. So, yeah, now that I think about it, that must be what caused the change, is I hadn't saved after I had showed you what the VIP orders looked like for level 10. I thought I had, because normally before I exit, I absolutely do. But the game doesn't... I guess it does give a warning. It just sometimes, I'm pretty sure of what I'm doing, so there's always a pop-up when you say quit of, are you sure you want to quit or something, but either way, I don't know that it had been that long since I had come back, so it may not have even warned me, because nothing had really changed other than me driving back to the farm and, dropping off some lettuce, and it may, for whatever reason, have determined, whoops, that was not significant enough to warrant warning me that do I want to quit without saving. So that, I think, is what triggered it. So that makes sense. So I'm glad I talked this out. We'll deal with the new direction, because there's obviously no way to get what I had regenerated. So back into the farm here that I'm working with my uncle, or on my uncle's farm that he gave me. I'm so flustered. Anyway, I'm here coming up on the oil mill. So we're going to get these sunflowers in, and just like the dairy that I was working at for some time, and I've had butter kind of sitting out there for a while, this is going to work the same way, where it's going to create the sunflower oil. It'll be laying here, and then I'll be able to pick it up and move it later. But the key point is I just want to make sure that things are operating so that I don't have to wait any longer than I need to get things done. So we've got our natural oils. Alright, so at this point, okay, so it's automatically running. So I'm going to deactivate these others. Again, I don't know that it entirely matters, but that way there's not any confusion. It looks like this should go pretty quickly. So we have that going. The actual sunflowers that I need, right, I think, alright, we need 37,000, so we're actually good with that. When we get that far, we're going to need that additional oil. Now we're going to need some soybeans, but those don't take that long to grow, so I'm not sure I'm going to do that. And then we're going to need just wood in general to take to our carpentry. So we'll just have to cut some more trees there, and we'll take care of that the way we did before. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this butter done. So let me get back to the farm, and we'll go head over and do that. So as tends to be the situation in my life, I determine I need to do something else to be in a better spot. So I'm going to get this mineral feed moved that I had brought over to the farm and get that over to the TMR mixer. I don't need it per se right now. I need some of it to refill, but at this point I believe the TMR mixer is full, or if not full, it's going to be very, very close to full. But this at least gets this out of the way, and this is the tractor I'm going to need to pick up the pallets of butter, so I'm going to have to drag this over anyway. Alright, so there we go, it'll start taking it pretty quickly. I continue to have difficulty getting things off the pallet. What I do to avoid any future problems is I just then put the forks up and I just shove it into the spot I need. Because if I try to pick it up, it invariably tends to get stuck. So you can see it's hitting things a bit, but let me pick that up. Should probably just, I don't know, put it overhead. Not sure what the best way when I go around, because I also like hit things and so forth. So let me go get the trailer that we've got over here. I'm probably going to have to move another tractor out of the way, because I believe I still have things connected there. I do. So let me run over here. Drop that down, and I'll move this onto the driveway for the house, because we obviously don't really use that for much. Alright, that'll give me some room to maneuver, but we'll go ahead and get this done. Alright, we've got our first pallet of tomatoes out already. So those are starting to produce, which is good, because I think we need quite a bit of those, and I noticed in our VIP level 10 orders we've got tomatoes back again. So, but we're going to do strawberries in between, but if I get some extra tomatoes at some point, although I won't, because now that I think about it, I'm being very careful to just give the greenhouse enough water to get me what I need so that I can do a clean switch over. So let me turn the lights on again, because again, these brisk fall days, it's getting dark a lot earlier than it was in the summer. So the challenge is, while yeah, I can relatively quickly and in a focused manner get these level 7 VIP orders filled, some of them just take some time. So, because the next thing we'll have is the grass, we'll see how that goes, and then our final piece will be the potatoes. But we've got to get over here to the dairy to get the butter. Momentary lapse again of where I am. So you would think by now, after years and years here, that I'd remember where I need to drive on the road, but I spend a lot of my time in the farm and not so much driving. Alright, so here we come upon the dairy, we've got our butter, or our loading dock over here with our butter. So let me get myself set up here. And then I'll just get my pallets. It'll take a little bit, I'm sure, again, because as we've seen, there's nothing nice about how these operate. It's just difficult and time consuming to get to pick up pallets. So, like it or not, that's kind of how it goes. Now hopefully these pallets will work better than the mineral feed has. I'm thinking I'm going to take them longwise, although I think that may be part of what's causing me my issue here. But I think if I do this, I think I can fit 2 of them across on the trailer. Again, it's a pretty big trailer. Of course, looks can be deceiving. But I only need 6 pallets here, so... But let me put that down, and yeah, looks like I should be okay. So if I do that, I'll get this second one. Alright. And I'm hitting the ground, so I can't maneuver at all. Goodness. What is happening? Alright, I guess I was a little too low. So, we'll grab this. And we'll get this on here. Probably going to have the same problem where I'm going to hit those lights. Ooh, look at that. Alright, so I'll put this down. Move it over a little bit, because as I move down, just the nature of the way the arms work, it doesn't quite align. But yeah, the, let's see. Let me straighten that out. I think this is pretty good. Let's see if this just slides on in there. It probably won't, because I just don't have that luck. Look at that, it did. Alright. Whoa. A little bit of a glitch there. Oh boy. Back this up. Oh boy, I thought I had it high enough. Clearly I don't. Now that's how I kind of start messing myself up here. Alright, I think again I'm in a good spot. I am. So, doing pretty well getting these done. Alright, trying to figure out how to not create a bigger problem. So I want to line this up as close to just where I need it as possible. Kind of hit the back pallet. But, alright, we'll move that over. Now, whoop. I thought I was low enough already, but I guess not. Alright, now I am. Again, looking through the trees. And I am able to maneuver, so I think I'm okay with just driving and sliding in. But as we've learned, I can be too low at times. So I'm going to lift this up higher, because that's what got me into trouble before, where I couldn't clear the other pallets as I came in there. This looks okay. Again, we've got more room here, where even if I needed to take 8, I think I'd be all right. Alright, that actually works out nicely. Now I can tell this can go down a bit more. No, I can't turn, so that's telling me all I need to know, is that the forks are driven into the ground there. Alright. Hopefully that'll do it. Alright, looks like we're all set. Same type of thing. We've obviously got to be careful of the building. Now, I think we had enough that I think we're going to get, you know, that we have like 56 liters of butter still inside the factory, or inside the dairy. But I'm just going to let those sit there, because honestly I don't know if there's a way for me to get them out anyway. Alright, I'm going to raise this fork up a little bit at least. But yeah, I don't know that driving with them up versus driving with them down is really any different. Alright, strap things down, and we'll get ourselves going. But I suppose I need to know where I'm going. So I'm going to Stu's Farm Shop, which, if I recall, yes, is right there. So right up the road. So I can actually just turn right here. So this is great. I think I've had to go back here. I don't remember what I delivered back here before. I just know it is tight, and with these forks, that's not going to help things too much. So we'll get in here. Here we go. And I don't believe it takes them here for boxed items, so that was the challenge I had. Yes, it's not grabbing them here. I've got to take it back around to the back door here. And there we go. So, second VIP order. So, we don't, you know, get anything other than the delivery of the butter. So, again, 6,000. With the environmental score, we got about 17,400. So, just shy of 3,000 per 1,000 liters. So, pretty lucrative is that butter. So, that's a good thing to keep in mind. Because if somehow we do get something that's expensive, what I may be able to do is take advantage of stuff like this to just sell to non-VIPs, and you know, they'll still pay that amount, because right now that's not a VIP price that's happening there. That's just the price for selling butter. The VIPs are just simply giving me the bonus when it's time. So now I'm going to get back to the farm, and I'm going to at least start working on collecting grass and going, because once again I can't get this done today anyway with everything, because I've got to rent the equipment for the potatoes. I don't want to do it that late in the day and then have to pay 2 days of rental fee. So I'm not going to work too much into the dark, I don't think, but I'd like to keep making a little bit of progress here, because the way we do well on this farm is keep those VIPs happy. So I'll see you once I'm on the field and starting to collect some grass. Alright, so here I am, and we'll start collecting up the grass. the real question's going to be, again, do we have enough? And that may be really what the dividing factor is here as to what happens. Because I'm trying to recall if one row of these fills the trailer. I don't know that it does. Again, I need 103,000 liters of grass, so, you know, it's a lot. You know, we're not even 10% here. But with how things were going, I thought we might have a shot at it. But I'm frankly feeling less and less confident about that right now. So, alright, so we get 14,000, and I think what we might have gotten in one pass was what we need to fill the TMR mixer, but not what fills the wagon. And that may be what kind of twisted my thoughts a bit. Because I'm thinking, you know, we might get halfway here. Oops. So let me reset. Get this turned down. Get this turned on. And we'll continue here. Because, yeah, we basically need three forage wagons full here to do it. And I can tell at this point, I mean, I've got two long rows, a little bit of a shorter row, and one very, very short row, which I'm going to go ahead and take right now. Up here, it kind of blends in a bit, and as it's night, it's just certainly harder to see. And yeah, this one actually is not even very dense grass. It was probably just a partial pass with the mower. So I think if we get 50,000, that's going to be the best we've got here. So I need hay for the next level. Again, I've got bales of it, but I'm also feeding cows to try to keep things going, because I still think that's going to be a good way to make some money on the farm. But if I do that, I'm taking away from what I need to have available for me for the VIP orders. So, you know, I'll have to take a look. I don't remember if I kind of already thought ahead and turned field 11 into something or not. What I may do also to increase our environmental score and help our cash flow is go ahead and fertilize these grass fields as well, because that will assist in moving things along and you know, driving that environmental score up even higher. Alright, so let me look where I'm taking this. I'm going to Bipolar Profits Livestock Market. Alright, and that is back in the same place I've been going, near Moondogs, where I was just delivering the sugarcane. So I'm going to keep getting this done, and you know, we'll take a peek at what we have as far as at the end of the day, and then I think once I pick up what's left on that field, I'm going to call it a day, and we'll mow up and do what we need tomorrow. So I'll see you for a little wrap up in a bit. So got a little over 18,000 off the field on top of it. So definitely need some more. So I'm going to get myself out of the way here because I'm obviously going to need to mow. But I'm also, I think, going to go ahead and fertilize. So I may do that first thing in the morning. And then, get going with the stuff there. But whatever I decide to do, I will see you next time.